Alright, welcome back to another exciting battle report brought to you by Gaming Grotz. Today we're going to be battling out over the mission Power Struggle. And in this unique mission we have the 5 objectives to fight over, one in kind of each corner and then one in the center. And in this mission you have to hold the objectives for 2 consecutive turns to get your victory points. So it really means kind of sitting down and having to commit to objectives a little bit more, which kind of makes for some unique gameplay in this mission here. And today we're going to be battling out over our Winter Wasteland. We've got our objectives here. Our first one over by the forest here in the back. Over by the ruins. It's our second across from there. In our big center, our busted down kind of castle siege tower here. All ready to fight over. And then one in each kind of corner again as well. And then again, if you didn't know, for deployment, we are straight across from each other. So can get right into the action, and we're only 18 inches away instead of the unique 24, which a couple of missions have. Let's get into those armies. Today I'm going to be playing the Soulblight Gravelords, taking these guys for a spin. It's been a while for me to bring up my wolves here. So today I'm going to be playing the Vyrkos Dynasty. Going to be leading my army today is going to be the Vampire Lord on the Zombie Dragon. He's going to be wielding the Deathlance. And then he has the Amethystine Pinions extra spell, so give him that extra movement. His artifact power is the Sangsyron. Forgive me if I'm brutalizing that. This is the one that gives him extra D3 attacks if he charges. And his command trait is driven by Deathstench. So he also gives out a wholly within 9 inches reroll charge rolls. And then his mount trait is the Foetid Miasma, which allows me to reroll the damage on the Zombie Dragon's Pestilent Breath, which can be pretty good. Also fighting alongside him is going to be the Belladamma Volga, and then Radukar the Beast, 2 of my favorite characters in the new Soulblight Gravelords book. I think they're both like really awesome, and they work really well together, helping buff each other and the direwolves around them. I got Kritza the Rat Prince, just because this guy is really cool, super cheap for points, and the fact that even if he dies, he can just keep coming back any turn you get the chance to roll for him. And then I've also got a Vampire Lord just on foot. Really good for that extra attack spell for, again, making direwolves just get more attacks. And then having an extra caster just in the backfield. Also for my battle line, I have 3 units of 10 direwolves. I have 2 units of fell bats in the back. Great for, again, just screening or for eating like an Unleash Hell or denying and scooping up some back objectives. And then I have a unit of Vargheists, which are modeled with some of my 3D printed models here. So just to keep with that wolf theme, so they're more the werewolves instead of like the ghouly vampire bats. But hopefully with their deep strike, they're always great to kind of get in that backfield and maybe get at some like weaker heroes or some support units. And I also am taking the Emerald Lifeswarm because I had a few points left over. And so that brings me to 1955. Let's go take a look at Jesse's army.
Today, the god of destruction himself, Kragnos, is coming out to lead my Kruelboyz. I've never played Kragnos with the Kruelboyz, and I'm very excited to give it a try. I'm going to be hopefully taking this army list to a tournament tomorrow, so I'm just kind of hoping to test it out a bit before I do that. So just going over the list, my general is going to be the Swamp Caller Shaman, and he has Nasty Hex and the Artifact of Power Mork's Eye Pebble, so that gives him a 12-inch bubble of 5+ Feel No Pain for our award save for 1 shooting phase, so once per game. I've also given the command trait Super Sneaky, so I can maybe get some of my Grotz up there if I need to. I also have a second Swamp Caller Shaman with the exact same spells, just so I can double up on that. I've got Kragnos, the man himself. I really am hoping that he'll kind of take the heat off my Boltboyz a little bit more as he's charging up the battlefield and make opponents have to choose between if they want to go for Boltboyz or Kragnos. And then as you always see, I love these 9-man units of Boltboyz, so I've got 2 9-man units of Boltboyz, followed up by 2 Hobgrot Slitter units, and then my last battle line is just a unit of Gut Rippers. And that's 1990 points.
At the end of deployment, we have the Soulblight deployed on this edge here. I got my Vampire Lord on my far right, ready to storm across the board, backed up by some Kritza, Direwolves, there's Belladonna and Radukar. another unit of my bats in the center, and then I got my Vampire Lord and another unit of Direwolves over on my left side, and then my unit of Vargheists is in the sky waiting to drop down. Then we have Kragnos and unit of Boltboyz with a Shaman and Gut Rippers, or Hobgrotz Slitters. Whoops, sorry. The Gut Rippers are in the center here, and then the other unit of Slitters, Boltboyz, and the Shaman on Jesse's left side here. And then Jesse had a 1-drop deployment. I had a 1-drop and the the one with the 3 heroes to give me the extra relic. My extra relic actually was for another spell on my casters, so they each kind of have the Amethyst Pinions and then the Amaranthine Orb, I believe is how you butcher and pronounce that one. So Jesse had a choice, so who was going to go first, Jesse?
Yeah, so I've decided I'm going to make you go first.
Soulblight going first?
Yep, and I did need to make a quick addendum to my list. I totally just realized that Shamans can't actually take Super Sneaky, so I've just given him the reroll cast rolls instead.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to be using Disappearing Act to try and get rid of those bats if I can.
Perfect. So yeah, he's going to see if he can make some of my guys go back off the board.
Alright, so I need to roll higher than their wounds characteristics first, so on them.
So they have a 3.
Oh, so that's a fail, and I'll do it on let's do it on the wolves there.
The wolves here. So their wounds 2, so that unit is going to get scooped off and then have to come on at the end of my first movement phase, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Perfect. Alright, so we will get ready for Soulblight, turn 1 hero phase. Okay, so turn 1 for Soulblight, my battle tactic is going to be Ferocious Advance, so going to be advancing with 3 of my units. I'm probably going to be going with my 2 Direwolves over here and then my Vampire Lord, just kind of moving them up kind of more towards the center and probably getting that central objective. For heroic actions, I'm going to try and get an extra CP on my Vampire Lord. He gets it.
I'll be going for one on my Shaman over here.
Yep.
He gets it as well.
Extra CP for everyone. And then for casting, I'm going to go with the Vampire Lord and see if he can get that extra 6-inch movement. He does on an 8.
I should be in range here.
I think.
Oh,
nope,
no.
just out.
All right.
So that's going off. I think Bella's out of range for most of hers. Definitely for her offensive spells. Yeah, I guess she's just going to throw a Mystic Shield onto Radukar. Gets that with a 8, because I'm pretty sure she has the +1. So yeah, definitely going to be out of range, so I think that's all I'm going to... I might as well give her also an Arcane Bolt.
Charge it up.
Charge it up, just in case. Sure, so she's got an Arcane Bolt. And then my Vampire Lord is just going to go and try and give these guys the extra attack. So I think that goes off with a 6. I'm just going to reroll. I think it is a 7. Nope, it does go off. Alright, so that's going to be it for casting. And then we will come back after movement. Alright, so end of the movement phase. Direwolves running up, Vampire Lord moving up, getting me my battle tactic. So making sure I get my Ferocious Advance. Still making sure I have units near this one, because again in this mission, right, you have to stay on an objective for 2 consecutive turns before you can get that extra victory condition point. Bats moving up into range that they're securing the center. They're in range now of the long range shots of the Boltboyz, but if Boltboyz shoot up my bats, that's a-okay, because more important stuff then isn't getting shot. Direwolves returning from the sneaky trickery of the Kruelboyz. Again, sitting on this objective for me, so I have it for 2 consecutive turns. Radukar made sure to auto-advance him 6, because I want to get him up as close as possible, so he can summon his unit of Direwolves that he can do once per game. Again, and then gets me a screen right up at the front again, and then able to make that 9-inch charge right into those Kruelboyz there. Fellbats advancing up again to help cover and then get on that objective. Zooming right up is my Vampire Lord, and then dropping down from the skies is my unit of Vargheists, or I guess more accurately they would have come from the flanks, but they get to deep strike as Vargheist rules do. So hopefully get to charge alongside my Vampire Lord. They'll get access to the free reroll because they are wholly within 9 of him, which will be really helpful. Also, quick amendment, I guess I messed up with my Vampire Lord over there. Don't have to cast the spell for the +1 attack. That's a command ability. My apologies, but just in the future, make sure I remember that for the combat phase. And then very rarely, we do have a shooting attack. So my Vampire Lord is going to be shooting his Pestilent Breath down into the Hobgrot Slitas there.
So I'm going to be using my once per game Mighty Eye Pebble.
Yeah, so
just
give them a ward save.
Yep, give him a ward save.
All right, so hitting on 3. Whoop, that's a 1. So that is over and done with, but then we can get kind of right into the charges. So I'm going to start with Vargheists, trying to make that charge. So looking for that 9. That's a 9. So they are definitely going to get in there, and then they're going to be within 3 inches of those Bullboys. So do you want to unleash on them?
Guess I got it.
Yeah, might as well. And then we'll pile those in, and we'll see which of those Bullboys is close. All right, so the Vargheists piled in, and then after measuring the range, 6 of the Bullboys are in range to unleash hell. Let's see what they can do. They don't have the potion on, so we're looking for those 6s. 2 6s, so that's 4 models.
And 5s, and I can reroll 1 hit roll. Because I'm big yellers. Ooh,
yeah, so
baby.
Mortal. So just 6 mortals
and then
so far.
3.
So 5 so far.
And those are -1.
-1. I'm pretty sure I'm on 5, so we'll go to 6s. Either way, those are all going to be fails. And they're 2 damage each.
2 damage each.
So that's going to be 10. So 10 and then 16. And then so we got to do those ward saves quickly. Well, so we failed all the armor saves and we failed every single ward save, so my Vargheists are absolutely toast there. But thankfully, hopefully, they did their job and cleared the way and ate the Overwatch. So now my Vampire Lord can charge in there, right? Let's see it. That's a 10, so he's absolutely going to be in there. And then he should have more than enough range after his pile-in to get in at those Bullboys. But I think that is it for charging for this turn. I guess I could always charge those Direwolves and just hold up those Gut Rippers. Let's go for that. So we're looking for a 9 because they just got summoned 9 away. That is an 8. Do I want to reroll? They're not wholly within 9 of the Vampire Lord. Nope, they're just going to stay there. Alright, we'll show you what it looks when we pile in with the Vampire Lord. Alright, so after the Vampire Lord has piled in, he's getting right in against those Bullboys there. We did his stomp quickly off camera. He just did his stomp into the Slitas, and he killed one of the Slitas there. But we're going to make sure he puts all of his attacks here into the Bullboys. I'm going to put the Maw, I guess, into the Slitas. And then because his Lance going up to 4 damage, and then the Sword-like Claws being a flat 2 damage will help get right through these guys. And we're going to make sure we use all-out attack right away. And then my list was also a few points less than Jesse's, so we're going to give him also that +1 to wound right now for my Triumph, just to get it out of the way and make sure we can hopefully clear all these Bullboys out of the way.
Does the spear get rend when it charges?
Yes.
Okay.
It goes to -2.
I will not use all at defense.
Yeah, because these guys are only a 6-up save, right?
Yeah.
So even if he has the +1,
there was some negative ones, but I don't think I think the spear is just going to be enough.
Yeah. So hopefully, the spear hits hard, so we get those D3 extra attacks for the spear. So he's going to get 2 extra attacks, so he's going to have 5 attacks on the spear. So going to be hitting on 2s and wounding on 2s with all-out attack and the Triumph here. So hitting on 2s, so 5 hits. Wounding on 2s, so that's 4, and they're going straight through at 4 damage apiece, so that is 12, 16. So that's 8 of them dead so far.
Ooh, leave the sergeant.
Yeah. So then we just have 7 attacks with the Sword-like Claws to finish off that last Bullboy. So we're going to be hitting on 3s, I'm pretty sure, with the Sword-like. Yep, with the +1. So 5 hits. And then wounding on 2s. So 3 through, and then since he didn't all the defense, that'll finish off that last Bullboy. And then we get 3 attacks with the Pestilent, or with the Maw. See if we can finish off those Slitas. So hitting on 3s, so 2 hits, and then wounding on 2s, so 2 wounds. It's going to be straight through for D6 damage each. So that's 9 damage. There's exactly 9 of those Slitas, so that is going to finish all of those guys off. And the Vampire Lord is going to clear away those 2 units with an awesome start for Soulblight. Now he's like a little exposed. I'm fearing Kragnos might
he has something to say.
Walking over this way and have something to say about what just happened. But a really great first turn for Soulblight. I got my battle tactic for 2 points. And then still technically don't hold the 2 objectives in my zone or fully secure this one just for the purposes of scoring. But I do have more objectives than Jesse, so I will get the 1 point from having more objectives than my opponent. You don't really start getting those 2 extra points in this mission until second turn onward, where you've sat on those objectives for 2 turns. So it'll be 3 points turn 1 for Soulblight Gravelords, and we're going to get into the hero phase for Kruelboyz turn 1. Alright, what are we doing for Kruelboyz turn 1, Jesse?
So I'm going to be going for the battle tactic Broken Ranks. Just going to be trying to kill these little puppers here.
Yep.
For my, I'm going to actually give him Finest Hour.
Oh, here we go. Revenge of the Shaman.
Yeah, so my thinking is to kind of give you less battle tactics. So I'm probably just going to charge him in and get him killed. I don't really need him anymore. But he is going to charge up an Arcane Bolt as well.
Perfect. So getting that on a 6. I will definitely try and stop that. Stop that on a 9.
Alright. And then the other thing I have to do is give a potion to these Bolt Boys here.
Yep, so just make it so mortal wounds on 5s and 6s.
Exactly.
Alright, and we'll be back after Kruelboyz movement phase. End of the movement, so Shaman's moving up. Gut Rippers have moved up. Kragnos is swinging over, looking to come punish the Zombie Dragon for what happened last turn. And then the Bolt Boys just sitting back, so they have range. Going to get ready to fire down into the Direwolves there. And Slitta is moving up, sitting on that objective there.
Yeah, we can just go.
Alright, so Bolt Boys going into the Direwolves in front of Radukar.
Ooh, not too good.
Not too hot.
Not too good. They get a 1 reroll at least.
Yep. Oh, it's not.
But they're hitting on 2s, I believe, 3s. I think it's 3s when they're sitting still. So we
4. So 2 through so far, and then 2
saves at -1.
-1. So 6 nothing, and then so that's going to be 8 damage total.
So it was 2, so I'll just use I'll reroll those 2s there quick.
Yep.
So just 1 extra one there.
1 extra.
Sorry about that.
Yep. So 6. Cool. Nope. So we got 8, and then we need 2 more. And look at those 6 up board save. So stop 2. So save 1. So 1, 2, 3. So 4 dead wolves there. So get those guys out of there. We've got to make sure we kind of stay coherent here. We still got them close enough. Perfect. So 4 down there. And then that is it for shooting.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're going right into some charges.
Yeah.
So who's going first?
We're gonna go with these guys first.
Governess, so 3d6.
Yeah, I'll roll it over here so we can.
So they're getting an 8. That is definitely close enough to get into either the bats or the direwolves.
Yep.
And then Kragnos, we measured before. He needs a next 14.
I'm scared. I'll
so
use a command point on that.
Yep. Oh, so
I saw it.
saw the 6 first, but 9. So that is might be close enough for
We'll
like
double
the
check
bats.
that there.
Yeah, we'll double check that, and then the shaman.
Shaman's gonna be trying to go into something over there.
Yep. And
Of course
he will get it with the 11, and then we'll show you guys where everybody is after we pile in and double check if Kragnos could get to those bats. All right, so after piling in and double check, so Kragnos was about an inch too short there. And then the Shaman and the Gut Rippers getting in, so Jesse's going to go with the Gut Rippers first.
Actually, this is a smarter thing to do. I'm going to actually call the Kruelboyz wall, so they both get to fight first, but I'll just roll these ones first.
Yep, so just going to start with those, just because they're going to do the damage.
Got some 6s at least.
Yeah.
Let's pick those out, and then they hit on 4s.
Wounding on 4s?
3s. 4s, yes, that's correct.
Okay, so 2 at no rend.
No rend.
So 5 ups, so stop 1, and then taking 6, so 7 ward saves. Because they're only 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so, and then 6 up, essentially like death save because they're close enough to a hero and they're fighting right over one of my grave sites there. So we're going to stop 3 of those and then lose 2 more wolves. 1, 2.
And then we're going to use auto attack for the shaman.
Yep, so the shaman trying to finish off those wolves.
Got 2 hits.
2 hits.
2 wounds. It's -1.
-1, so 6 ups. Nope, kill them both.
D3 damage.
And that's going to be 4 damage. And we're going to stop 1 of those.
And then the backup stabber.
Yep.
So 1 mortal wound, and that's it.
Yeah, alright, so 6 up. Nope, finishes the wounded one. Alright, so then we're going to get to attack back with the dogs. So they're just going to be attacking their 4 attacks into the gut rippers. Lost my pack alpha, but that's okay. So hitting on 4s, 3 hits. And then wounding on 3s, because Vyrkos, they get +1 to wound if they're wholly within 9 of one of the heroes, which they are definitely close enough to all those heroes there. So 3 wounds, no rend.
3 wounds, no rend. 3 wounds go through.
We got a gut ripper and a half. And then the bats are just going to pile in and try and get that shaman. And should be close enough for all 3 of them. And I believe they have 3 attacks each. I'm just going to double check that. Alright, so yeah, 3 attacks each for the bats. And let's see it, 4s and 4s. So hitting on 4s. Ooh, not so great. 3 hits. And then 4s again. 1 wound, no rend.
Yep.
Gets through. Get 'em, bats. Alright, and then so I have with my CP left over, I'm just going to auto pass with my dire wolves. I'm guessing Jesse's going to do the same for his gut rippers, even though they lost 1, doesn't want to risk losing another, or are they bravery 7?
They should be fine, because yeah, they're bravery 7 with the banner.
With the banner? Okay.
Leader.
Yeah, so no morale check for those guys. I guess we're just going to double check how many guys are in range of...
I think I take it.
I think you should take it back, because wholly within 6,
I've got a character as well.
Yeah, so he counts as 2. So Jesse will get that one, still then back to essentially holding 2, but he's going to get 0 points for objectives, and then 0 points because his battle tactic was slaying my unit of dire wolves there. So close, indeed. Alright, then I guess we can get into a very important role for the Kruelboyz. Jesse is very much looking for that double turn.
Give me the power, Kragnos.
Alright, let's see it. Oh, got a 4. Jesse gets a 5.
I'll take it.
And we will be back with Kruelboyz turn 2. Alright, so turn 2 for Kruelboyz. What's going to be the battle tactic this turn, Jesse?
Yeah, so we're going to actually go for Ferocious Advance. I was thinking about doing the Ferocious Takeover, but I can't really shoot much, so I'm just going to use these guys to basically get some victory points there.
Yeah, just get up the board and get closer for the next turn shooting.
Exactly. Awesome. I'm going to give him Finest Hour, because I kind of want to make sure I kill this thing.
Yep, I'm also going to Finest Hour. Pretty much saw that coming. Try and make it a little bit harder, even though Kragnos hits so hard. I could just die when he charges me.
And then, so we'll give a potion to these guys.
Yep.
And then we're going to just try and give Mystic Shield to the Gut Rippers.
Gut Rippers, you got it. Oh, gets it with an 8. Try and deny that. And stops it with a 10.
Oh, alrighty. Yeah, that should be all my commandment phase stuff, I think.
Alright, so we will be back after turn 2 Kruelboyz movement. Into the movement phase for Kruelboyz. Gut Ripper staying stuck in. The Shaman is fall back. Kragnos getting dangerously close to my Vampire Lord. He did redeploy, only getting 3 inches, so still a 6-inch charge on 3d6. I wonder if Kragnos will make it. And then everything else advancing up down the board. The Bolt Boys wouldn't have been in range for moving up, so that's why Jesse did the advance again, and to make sure to get that battle tactic, so he's getting some points on the board. But let's see that big charge. Hey,
he did it.
He gets a 12, he doubles it, and he's going to come smashing in, and then we will see if he just obliterates this Vampire Lord on the charge. So the infamous
No!
Thank goodness for my Vampire Lord. So for those of you that don't know, Kragnos gets to roll 2d6, and then he multiplies the dice, and the monster that he's charging takes that many mortal wounds unless he rolls a 7. If he rolls a 7, nothing happens. So that's why Jesse is crying out as he rolled the infamous 7, and Kragnos did not do anything on his charge roll. But before we get ready for the attacks, what's going to be his monstrous action?
I think we'll just do Titanic Duel.
Titanic Duel for the +1 to hit. Seems like a good idea. I will roar you? Yeah, I'm going to try roaring him to maybe stop him from going all-out defense. That's all I can really hope for. And we get a 1. Okay. Alright, so Kragnos versus Vampire Lord when we return. Okay, so Kragnos swinging into the Vampire Lord, starting with the mace. So hitting on 2s, so 5 hits, and wounding on 2s.
I'll reroll that one.
Okay, so 5 wounds.
-3.
-3. I did all-out defense, and then with my finest hour, it's only going to be -1, and I have a 3+ save normally, so we're going to be going to 4-ups. So one of those gets through, so that's 4 damage so far.
Tusk Breaker.
All hit. And 2 wounds. -2. So back to 3-ups. So 1 goes through, and that is D3. So for 1, so we've taken 5 damage so far.
And I've got the hooves.
Hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s.
And these ones are -1.
Only -1?
Yep.
So what was that? That was 4?
Yep.
So actually we'll be at a 2+ save here. So taking 1 more of those, and that's 2 damage. So that's going to be a grand total of 7. I'm stunned we were able to block all those dreaded mace saves, but that's the dice. So we'll stop 2 more of that. So my Vampire Lord is going to take 5 damage here. Then I guess Vampire Lord will get to attack him for free, so we're not going to waste that choice there, and we're going to go with the bats since they get more attacks here. So they're just going to kind of pile in closer to those gut rippers, and we're just going to get those attacks over and done with here. 7 so far, a couple more dice. Alright, so hit down 4s. It's 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. 3 saves, no rend. So 2 through, it kills a gut ripper.
No rend, they block 1.
2 through. Yeah, 2 through, just slaying 1 more. But he blocks 1 of those. And that's okay, I'm happy with that from the bats. And then the gut rippers, are they going to split or just try and finish 1 unit here?
Might as well. So these pile into those ones. Get as many as we can into the wolves, basically. So just 2 going into the bats.
2 into the bats? Okay.
Do those first.
Hit.
Come on, here. A little bit easier.
So 1 hit. And doesn't
miss it.
Alright.
And then
because they're floating around. Hard to stab them.
And we got 6. Let's just get some more dice here.
Perfect.
Got 1 6.
1 6, so 1 mortal so far.
And then 1 wound.
So 1 save, 5 up, nope, and then 2 6 ups. So stop 1 of those, so we'll take a wound on 1 of the dire wolves, and then do their 2 attacks. So hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. So 1 wound, no rend. Oh, finishes the wounded 1. All right. And then we have the Vampire Lord. So I'm just going to double check his stats and we'll be right back. Alright, I was just double checking again. Yeah, so for his Relic, he only gets the D3 extra attacks on his Lance if he made a charge move. So he's only going to get 3 attacks with his Lance here. So hitting on 3s, because he is degraded, but it's not going to affect his Lance here. So it's just going to reduce 1 of his sword-like claw.
And I will use all out defense for Kragnos. Might as well.
Yes, yeah, because you did Titanic Duel to get your +1, and then he had Finest Hour. So he is going to be ignoring Ren 2, which is all I have. So he's going to be hitting a 2+ saves. So let's see if we can do some damage. So hitting on 3s, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s, because we have Finest Hour as well. So 2 at -1, so 2 ups.
Good.
So nothing from the Lance. Do the 3 Maw attacks. So hitting on 4s. Those all hit. Ooh, goodness. And then wounding on 2s. So those all wound, and those are -2. So still 2+, 8. And then 6 attacks with the Swordlight Claws. Hitting on 3s, I believe. And then wounding on 3s. So 3 minus. We got 1 through for 2 damage.
6 up ward.
And then he has a ward.
No.
So for 2 damage. So
sorry, 1 more.
Nope, so yeah, we did 2 damage to the mighty Kragnos, but surprisingly, he only did 5 damage to the Vampire Lord. So they're kind of stuck together there. That's okay. I think Jesse still has that objective there that he's now held for 2 turns. And the other objective in the corner as well for 2 turns.
Check this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Just
barely.
4 to 3 is the count there. So as soon as we get to move up, we'll be able to scoop that one up next in our turn too. But you will get 2 points for having 2 objectives that you control for 2 consecutive turns, but won't get that 3rd point for having more objectives than your opponent. And then God is a battle tactic for 2 points, so that is 4 points for Kruelboyz this turn, which will give them the lead 4 to 3 over Soulblight after their turn 2. And we will get into Soulblight turn 2. Alright, so hero phase for Soulblight turn 2. I'm going to start with, for my hero action, I'm going to get an extra command point on Radukar. No, I'm going to give Radukar Finest Hour because battle tactic is going to be Broken Ranks on the Gut Rippers there. So we'll give him Finest Hour because he wants to get in there and rip through some of those orcs. And then for casting, I'm going to start with Belladamma, and she is going to try her Lichen Curse on those Gut Rippers. So look for that 7. Nope. She gets to reroll.
Right? Yeah.
And that's the opposite. We go from Stay Guys to Box Guys. And then she has +1 to her casting, doesn't she? Yeah, she has +1 to casting.
I'm not going to try anyway.
Yeah. So that'll do D3 mortal wounds to Gut Rippers. So as long as we do 2, oh it's cocked. So 2 mortal wounds, killing one of them, and that will turn him into a dire wolf. So which guy are you going to get rid of?
Guess we want to go this guy because we want to keep as many as we can on the objective.
And we'll just spawn him right there. That's a brand new unit of dire wolves there. And then we're going to do the heal onto the unit of 2. So see how many come back. As long as you get 2, so just a full health direwolf will come back for this unit. Stand back up. Other spell, we're going to give Under a Killing Moon for Belladamma, so she can give Exploding 6s to things wholly within 12 of her. That is a fail, so we're going to roll. So gets it on a 9.
Guess we'll try to just stop that.
Yep.
Nope.
Goes off, so that's 2 for her. What is my Vampire going to cast? He's going to try and give himself that extra 6-inch movement. He gets it on a 7. And then, I guess, Arcane Bolt on my Vampire Lord over there. He'll get that as well on a 7. Alright, and then we will be back after Soulblight turn 2 movement. Okay, so after the movement phase, I fell back with my Vampire Lord to get him away from Kragnos there, and then pulled my bats back from the Gut Rippers to kind of come over here and try and screen block Kragnos so he couldn't come around here because this is the edge at our rocks here. So with staying out of 3-inch, he wouldn't have been able to come around this way. But Jesse decided to do a redeploy to get him back onto that objective, getting an awesome 6, so he is back in range of that objective, so there's no way I'm taking that one this turn without removing Kragnos, and that is definitely not going to happen. Radukar moving up, doing the full auto advance 6 with my direwolves here, so they can just get in front and again help screen the Vampire Lord. With Kragnos' reach though next turn, if Jesse does go, he will have enough reach to still hit the Vampire Lord, but hopefully we can keep him out so he gets the charge and gets all of his awesome buffs. Bella moving up behind the direwolves so she can give off her exploding 6s buff to Radukar and the wolves about to get into combat there. My other unit of bats that was towing on the objective in the center has gone up to the middle, kind of ready to charge into either side and just kind of cause some more mischief and tie things up. Direwolves all moving up through the center and on the left side with the support of the Vampire Lord and getting ready to kind of overwhelm hopefully the Bolt Boys and the Slittas there. But Since my Vampire Lord fell back, we have no shooting from Soulblight, so we're going to get right into those charges. So we're going to start with Radukar, hopefully getting a big charge so we can get all the way around. He gets it with a 7, so he's going to go kind of around and into the Shaman and the Gut Rippers there, which will leave room for Kritza. See what the Rat Prince can do. He'll get a 7 as well, so that'll get him either into the Gut Rippers, but maybe the Shaman I'm hoping he can get to. And then the Dire Wolves are going to try and get in on those Slittas. So they're going to get a 6. That might be enough for the Slittas. Nope, need a 7.
Yeah.
So we are going to roll that again. Nope, so 6 again still. So using up that CP there. And the ones in the middle did advance, so they aren't charging. And that's going to be it for charges. So we'll be back once we get to that combat phase. Alright, so end of the charge phase. Kritza getting into the Shaman, and then Radukar getting into the Gut Rippers there. So I'm going to go with Radukar first. And he's in range for the exploding 6s. And then I'm also going to use his command ability for the Mustering Howl. So he gives an extra attack to everybody. Call to the Hunt is the one. I keep mixing that up with his summon there. So he gets to add 1 to the attack characteristic of melee weapons used by any friendly Soulblight Gravelord units wholly within 18 inches of him. So everybody in combat here essentially getting that extra attack, which is really, really nice. Combined with the extra attacks if you get 6s with Bella, I think is a really awesome combo. So Radukar going first with his claws. Looking for 3s. I guess I could all-out attack with my last CP. Yeah, all-out attack, because I want to make sure these guys die here. So hitting on 2s, 6s or better. So 1 6, so that's 2 mortal wounds, so that's going to kill a Gut Ripper right away. And also get the extra hit, so that would be that one. So that one goes away. And then wounding on 3s. So 4 at -1.
So save none.
Save none, so that's 4 more Gut Rippers dead at 2 damage each. And then his Piercing Blades from his little... What are those guys called again? Vyrkos Bloodborne, that's it. So like vampire worshippers or waiting to be vampires. So those guys are going to be hitting on 2s because of the all-out attack. Didn't get any 6s. And then wounding on 3s. So that's going to be 3 at -1. Oh, so stops 1, 2.
I'm just re-rolling that.
Yep.
That cocked one there. So yeah, I'll stop 2, then 1 goes through.
1 goes through. Okay, so then D3 for 3 damage.
Dang.
Got him.
He almost lived.
Yeah, that was the last one. I mean, we still had some of the wolves, but definitely better to get it out of the way. So
guess I'm going with the Shaman.
Shaman time. So into Kritza. 2 hits. And 1 might be
1 wound.
One wound?
-1.
So 5. Nope, goes through.
D3.
For 2. 6 up. Nope, so Kritza's going to take 2. And then we grab his profile. So 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Actually gets the extra attack because of Radukar, but it still misses, so that's 4 misses with a 6, but that generates an extra from Bella. So wounding on 3s, 1 wound -1 into the Shaman. Stops that.
Yep.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. Oh, I guess I remember that he is -1 to attack, -1 to hit because of that nauseating rat aroma. But that's okay. Shaman did 2 damage to him, and that's going to be it for turn 2 for Soulblight. I get my battle tactic, finishing off the unit of Gut Rippers, so I got my broken ranks, and then I have 1, 2, and then the center objective, so I have 3 objectives, and I've held all 3 of those objectives for 2 consecutive turns, so I will get 3 points for that. So that'll be 5 points for Soulblight this turn, putting us up to 8 points to Kruelboyz 4 points after 2 turns. And then we have the mighty and awesome priority roll. So I got a 6.
Your choice.
I will definitely take my double turn now, and we'll be back and Soulblight Hero Phase turn 3. Alright, so turn 3 for Soulblight. My battle tactic is just going to be aggressive expansion, holding 2 objectives not wholly within my territory, so the 2 just at the edge of my territory. So a pretty easy one. For my hero action, I'm going to try and heal my Vampire Lord. So he's going to heal D3. He's going to get 3 back, going down to 2.
Guess I'll try to heal Kragnos.
Yep. So yep, healing D3, and Kragnos is back to full health. Then, so for casting, we're going to try with Bella to give her the exploding 6s. So it goes off with a 10. Need to try and stop that.
Yeah, Shaman will try to stop that there.
Nope, so it does not stop that. And then she's going to try the Emerald Lifeswarm on a 6, so she gets that with a 9. And then that is going to appear right here. So it's going to heal those guys and then move and then heal those guys twice. So I'm going to do that just off camera in a second. And then my Vampire Lord is going to cast Flaming Weapon on himself. So he gets that on a 7, so he's going to have +1 damage on his lance. And then my Far Vampire Lord is going to cast Mystic Shield on the Direwolves to his left there. Oh, so he's going to take... no, Vyrkos.
Yeah.
I can reroll my cast rolls. So he gets that with an 11, so Mystic Shield on those guys. Perfect.
I guess we'll try to stop it with
The Shaman that's over
See
there.
that 12? Nope.
Nope.
That's okay. All right, and then that is going to be it for the hero phase, and we'll be back after Soulblight turn 3 movement. All right, at the end of turn 3 movement, Bat's moving up, getting ready to surround Kragnos. He did another cheeky redeploy, but we kind of still maneuvered it in my Vampire Lord last to make sure he still got within 3 inches to make his charge nice and easy. Radukar getting ready to go in, Wolves getting ready to go in, Bats ready to go in. We are getting ready to surround Kragnos and hopefully crack through that 2+ shield save. That thing is just nasty. On the other side, we have the dire wolves all ready to surround the Bolt-Boys and the Shaman. The Bats in the back. The Vampire Lord has a bit of a long charge, but hopefully he can get in there and issue out some command points. Direwolves, nicely enough, when they get to charge, they get +1 to hit and wound, go into 3s and 3s, so they can do some damage with just their weight of dice, and the Bolt-Boys not having a really good save means they can hopefully chomp through some of them. But with my Vampire Lord back out, it means he does have his 1 Pestilent Breath attack, so he's going to try and get a lucky Breath attack into Kragnos. So hitting on a 3, it hits, wounds on a 2, it wounds, and it is -2. -3. My only -3. Hey, and he still blocks it on a 5-up. Couldn't even get that in there.
Shield's working.
Yep. Alright, so we are going to start the charges. So since we're not worried about Unleash Hell over here, we'll just start with this side. So we're going to start with the Vampire Lord. So he gets a 9. He's in there. Going to go with the Bats. 9, they're going to get in there. Radukar gets a 7. He's going to be in there. Direwolves, unit of 4, is going to get in there with a 7. The unit of 10 gets a 7. They're going to be in there. And then the unit of 6 gets a 7. So they're going to probably surround the Shaman with Kritza. And then Bella is going to charge as well. And she's going to get a 6. So she's going to get in there too. So everyone around Kragnos is getting in there. And then we're going to go over to the far side, because this one is going to have a more important with Unleash Hell. So we're going to start with the Bats. So they're going to go 8, and they're going to go into those Bolt-Boys.
Yeah, they're getting...
And they're about to get shut off, but we're definitely going to see that roll, because stranger things have happened. But they even have the potion, don't they?
Yeah.
So they are, on 5s or 6s, it's going to be 2 mortal wounds into the Bats. And I don't have a hero close by, so they're not even going to have their death save. And Bats are either a 6-up save or no save.
2s and 6s. I think they're...
5s and 6s. Yeah, that'll do it right there. Just the mortals. So that
Nice.
is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And they are 3 wounds a pop, so
Cool.
those are some dead Bats. But again,
Doing
their job of eating the Unleash Hell, so we can get back to charging with the Direwolves. So we're going to start with the unit here that was Mystic Shielded. So getting a 6, they're going to be in there. And then the Direwolves here, getting a 10, they're going to be surrounding, and then looking for the Vampire Lord to join the fun. He's going to get an 8, and he is going to be in there. Alright, so a lot of guys to move here. We'll be back at the start of the combat phase to show you what it looks like. Alright, so at the end of doing all of the charges there, we have Kragnos completely surrounded with the Vampire Lord, the Bats, bunch of Direwolves, and then Radukar. Bella is into the Shaman there. The other unit there is close to the Shaman as well. They're going to pile in and might be able to do some pile in and get Bella out of the way depending on the chain of order of things and what Kragnos smashes away from him here, because again, I'm only going to get to go with one unit, and then Kragnos is definitely going to be going, and probably going to be going into Radukar and something else, but hopefully Radukar's -1 to hit helps him out. Then over here on Jesse's right flank, his Bolt Boys completely surrounded after shredding those bats who came charging in. The 2 units of 10 Dire Wolves and the Vampire Lord have these guys completely surrounded. So hopefully Jesse has to make that choice now, pretty important one, with all-out defense going into Kragnos to help them out, or into the Bolt Boys, because it will go a long way with the Bolt Boys only having a 6+ save, and the Dire Wolves not having any rend going to a 5+ really will increase their likelihood of surviving a lot of those attacks. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I guess we're going to start off with the monstrous action. So I'm trying to roar into Kragnos to make that decision possibly a little easier, so hopefully he can't all-out defense. So roaring into Kragnos, and it does work, finally. So he will not be all-out defensing. And then what is his going to be?
Well, with that, I'm gonna roar your vampire back.
He's going to roar me, all right. And he roars me, so I will not be all-out defensing or all-out attacking, and that's okay. Alright, so then we're going to spend the command point at the start of the combat phase for Radukar. So he's giving out the +1 attack to everything wholly within 18 inches of him. So essentially everything around Kragnos here, might even be that unit of Direwolves just on behind him there. So getting that +1, we're going to start with the Lance and see the extra D3 attacks from his relic. He's going to get the 3, so he's going to get the walloping 7 attacks with his Deathlance here. So hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s, because we can't get all-out attack or anything here. So look for 3s, 3 misses, and then wounding on 3s, only 2. Ouch. But they are -2, and they are both going to go through.
Yep.
So those are 10 damage with Flaming Weapon and the charge from the Lance. So he has 10 6-up ward saves.
Ooh, I forgot about those.
Yes, since his new update, that ward save can come in pretty clutch for Kragnos.
Might stop some here at least.
Yeah, definitely. At least, I guess, 1 to 2.
Oh, we get 3. We'll
so
take
he's only
it.
going to take 7 so far. And then 3 attacks from the Maw. So hitting on 4s. It's going to be 2. Well, I guess I forgot to. I had the exploding 6s, but I forgot, so I'll just remember for the sword-like talons that I do have that from Bella. But I'll have to double check too if I'm even in range. And then so wounding on 2, so 2 wounds -2. So 1 goes through, and then this is D6 damage. Whoop. 1 mighty damage.
Word save.
And he stops it, of course. Okay. Since he's back up a bracket, so he's got 7. Oh, I guess I keep forgetting that extra attack. So I'll do the extra attack for the Maw real quick. So hitting on a 4, wounding on a 2. So wounds -2. Stops that as well. Guess it didn't matter. You can skip that. So 7 and then +1 from Radukar's command ability. So 8 attacks with the sword-like talons, hitting on 3s, I believe it is, and then so he's going to get 2 extras, and then wounding on 3s. So averaged out a bit, so that's going to be 6 at -1. So 2 getting through,
yep.
So for 4 damage.
Okay. Yep.
And he will take all 4 of those. So he has taken 11 so far. So he has 7 left, right? I think because he has 18.
He's only taken 7 so far. So.
Well, he took 7 from the lance, and then he just took 4
Yeah.
from the talons because you stopped the 1 from the maw. Would have been 10 from the lance, but your ward save stopped 4 damage there, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, so then that is going to be your pick.
It's tough. I think I'm actually going to go with the Bolt-Boys and trust that Kragnus isn't going to whiff his saves. Because they do have the potion, they do mortal wounds on 5s and 6s.
But do remember, Radukar has the potential, if he gets 6s to hit, it is mortal wounds, turns into mortals.
Mm.
And he will have 7 attacks.
Okay, let's kill Radukar.
Yeah. So
I'm going to do the...
Because, against the direwolves and the bats, they don't have any rends, so 2+ save should win the day there, but Radukar has -1 rend, but the potential to turn 6s into mortals.
Does Radukar have?
He has...
12. Right, so we'll do the Mason to Radukar.
Yeah, 12. And he is -1 to hit.
Okay, and then we'll do the rest into these direwolves there.
Into those ones there? Okay. So the Mason to Radukar, so 6 attacks. So hitting on 4s.
Okay.
So
not too
4
bad,
hits.
at least.
Yep, and then winning on 2s.
Oh, that's not good.
2, and it is -3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely would have all out. So he does even have a save, so he go into a 3+ -3, going to a 6 up. Didn't stop either of those, so that's 8 damage.
Yeah.
So you gotta see his death save. So he'll stop 2 of those, so he's gonna take 6 damage.
Okay.
And then
Gonna have to pull up the profile here.
3 attacks for your tusks.
Right, they don't degrade.
Nope. So hitting on 3s, all hit, and then moving on 2s, 1 through -2.
Yep.
So straight through.
D3.
So that's 3 damage so far into the wolves. So 1.5.
And then I get 5 oof attacks. 3s.
Oh. Kragnos. But wounds?
-1.
So 6 up. Nope.
2 damage.
2 damage. I guess I forgot. I'll do the death saves from the last one too. For the direwolves. Oh, didn't matter. So just 2 more. So that's just going to kill wounded 1 and go 1 more damage onto the other one. Alright, so now that Kragnos has swung, we can go with some of our direwolves over there. And I'm just going to get set for that. Alright, so going to be going with the unit that has everyone kind of into the Bolt-Boys here. I guess we had to do the rearrange real quick. I'll fix that off camera there. I haven't done the pile in there. Oh no, I guess I already did do the pile in. So one of them is not going to be in range, and then one of them, or 2 of them, have to go into the slitters there. So roll those guys second. So that's 6 off. Perfect. Okay, so the 7 going into the Bolt-Boys. So hitting on 3s, because direwolves get +1 to hit and wound when they charge. Oh, I lost 1. Right off the camera. And, I guess, I'll just roll that one quick. Nope. And then 3s to wound. Ooh, not that great. So 5, no rend. And you did use all-out defense.
Yeah.
So they were on 5s. Save 1's life.
Yep. 1.5.
So 1.5. And then the 2 into the slitters. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 6s.
-1 rend?
No rend. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're 5s on the slitters.
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yes, 2 dead slitters.
Yeah, 2 dead slitters. And then your choice.
Let's go with the Bolt-Boys.
So yeah, going into direwolves here.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 6. Alright. Kind of just looking for 5 and 6s, honestly, but they hit on 5s. Anyways.
Oh. Good thing, crossbows. So we can make room here. Perfect. There we go, get them all in. So 5 to 6. Oh, so 2 so far.
That's it.
Okay.
Two mortal wounds.
It's only 1 damage in close combat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 1 damage.
So 6 upward. Nope. Kills. Gotta do this to this one. Perfect. And then that allows these guys just to pile in. Because this is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep. That's where it breaks. Not going to care so much about coherency just because I want as many attacking the Kruelboyz as possible. So if we lose some, we lose some. Alright. Then, so that will be 5 into the Kruelboyz. There's 10 and 10. I guess I need to measure to see if he was wholly within range here. So we'll double check that real quick. Alright, so we did quickly double check that, and they are in range of Radukar's buff, so getting the extra attack, and do have the alpha there, so we have them going into the Kruelboyz. So hitting on 3s. That's pretty good so far. Wounding on 3s. Losing dice all the time.
Too many.
And so 3, and miss with that one. So 6 at no rend.
Okay with this.
So 5 ups.
Saved some of them.
Yep, saved most of them. So it's 1 more Kruelboy. And then the other ones into the Slittas. Well, I probably should have gone. Yep, probably should have gone with the Vampire Lord first to clear some Slittas, and then I could have got more wolves into the Grotz. Always remember that, guys. For
Mistakes have been made.
Yeah, important order of operations to help yourself for maximum efficiency. So lots of misses. We're gonna wound with all of them. Yeah, we did. So 3, 6, 8, no rend.
See some more 5s, baby!
Yeah, so only 2 more dead. Yeah, so killed 4. Oh, sorry, that was... What are we doing? That was all into the Slittas.
Okay, so that...
Yeah, so that was 2 saved,
Yeah.
6 dead Slittas.
There we
That's
go.
what we were saying.
I was
if
confused.
If I did fix it. Confusing ourselves.
1, 2... 6. Make sure I leave that one to block the Vampire Lord if I can.
Yep. Yeah, because then you get to go with either Shaman here or the Shaman over here or your 2 Slittas.
Let's go into with the Shaman downtown.
The Shaman downtown?
Okay.
Ooh,
and 1 more attack from the backup stabber. Nothing.
No.
Ooh.
That's okay. I gotta remember I don't have the wound marker. There's 2 wounds on Kritza, we do remember. Yeah, I guess then we could go with the Vampire Lord. How many attacks? Hit on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, -1. So, yeah, D3s.
Yeah, they're
finishing those guys off.
I think they stood a chance.
Yeah. And then you have your last Shaman here into the other unit of direwolves.
Yeah.
So 2 hits.
Yep. And then...
Wound. 2 wounds, -1. So 6s. Nope.
D3.
So for 4 damage. And then 6 upward. Nope. So all that getting through, killing 2 wolves from this unit. Yeah, so these 2 here. And then I am going to go down to Battle Shock, so I'm going to lose 3 more because of coherency. But that's okay. We can afford it because we can stand back up, and when one of these direwolves units dies, we still have that chance to bring 5 of them back. But now we are going to get into all these attacks into Kragnos here. So we're going to go with Radukar because that's the more important one here. So he's going to get his 7 attacks from that +1. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then he is going to use all-out attack, my last command point, and everything into Kragnos. We want to see some 6s, otherwise we're getting 2s. No 6s. So 7 hits, wounding on 3s. For 4 minus 1.
Alright.
So he takes 1, so 2 damage.
Okay.
So he takes 1 damage, so he's got 12 on him. And then the attacks from his bodyguards, Vyrkos Bloodborne. So hitting on 2s. We're going to get those 2 back from the 6s. And then wounding on 3s. Ooh. 5 lost there. So 2 at minus 1. 1 gets through, it's D3 for 3 damage.
Alright. Not bad.
And
3
he will
damage.
take 3, so he's got 15 on him. Alright, then I think we're going to get cheeky with Bella and make her piling closer to get at Kragnos. And then I'm just going to double check her stats. Okay, so going with Bella, is going to be attacking with her Scimitar first. So 4 attacks thanks to Radukar, so 3s and 3s, so 4 hits. And she gets an extra one from the 6. And then 3s to wound. So 3 at minus 1 into Kragnos. Oh, 2 going through. These are D3. Come on, come on. Oh, 3 damage. Oh, it's 3. He's got 15, so he's got 3 left. And then her wolves attacking. So hitting on 4s. So 3 miss. We're going to get an extra one from the 6. And wounding on 4s. So 4 at no rend. So back to his 2+. Hey, we got 1 more through, so 1 damage. Potentially.
Yep.
Gets through. And then
We're close.
getting there. Do the bats real quick. So 9. Yeah, it's just those weighted dice. That's why we're surrounding them. Attack him with everything. You'll start rolling those 1s. So hitting on 4s. So 2 hits. But get the extra one. And then, as always, I keep forgetting from my extra Radukar bonus. So that would be another extra. And then 4s. So 5. No rend. Can the bats do it? No, they
Roll
cannot.
that
Yeah.
3 there.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank gosh.
And then, so I have 4 direwolves here and 4 direwolves from over there. So we're just going to quickly add all that up. Alright, so doing both the direwolves at the same time because Jesse's attack with all of his guys, so just to kind of help get through all the direwolves. So hitting on 3s. Whoop. Got all that bad stuff.
Need some extra dice.
But then I'm going to need extra because we got 2, 4, 5 6s. So
Perfect.
that's perfect. All the misses. I'm just going to
2 bad.
2 batches. You stop dropping dice. And first 3 and 3s. So taking out the bad stuff. It's pretty good. So 3, 7, 10,
Roll these ones to make it
15. Yep.
Make it easy instead of count. I don't think he's going to be able to.
So, but it's on a 2+ here, so
Oh.
he takes 2 more.
That's enough.
No, I think he has 3 left, right? Because he was at 15. Yeah. Unless
Okay.
he's only 16. He's 18 wounds, right?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah. So 2 6-ups.
Oh, yeah, right.
So we got those first. Nope, so he's got 1 wound left. And I don't think I have any more attacks into him. Nope, that's it. That's all. He's going to be left with 1 wound left. That's never good, but he's going to get to roar and be angry and really do some damage. But then we're just going to attack with Kritza into the Shaman. So hitting on 3s. Gets an extra. And wounding on 3s. So 3 at -1. 2, 3, or 3, 3?
All 3.
So D3, so 7 damage off with his head, and
Lob
that'll
it.
heal him for D3. So 1, so he's back to only 1 damage on him.
Okay.
And that's going,
Check the shout.
yes. So yeah, everyone's
Should be on a
attacks.
2+. So
2+ into
Vampire Lord?
Vampire Lord, yep. D3 for 2. takes 2. The bats. Yep. D3 for 1. They take 1.
The wolves.
Taken, yep. And then D3, take 1. Yep.
Radukar.
Gets hit. Takes 2 mortal wounds. Yep, takes 2 mortals.
Belladamma. Gets hit. Oh, sorry.
And does 3. She takes 3.
The other unit of wolves in the back.
Gets hit. And does 1 mortal wound. Yep.
And then just Kritza there.
Gets hit for 3. And he'll take 3 as well, so we don't stop any of those. Alright, so we're going to add all that on. And then at the end of that turn, I get my battle tactic, which was, again, holding the 2 objectives, not wholly within my territory. And then holding 1 objective, 2 objectives for 2 consecutive turns, and I have more objectives than my opponent for another 3 or 5 points total. So that will put me to 13 to Kruelboyz 4 points after my turn 3, and then we'll be back in Kruelboyz turn 3 hero phase. Alright, so Kruelboyz turn 3 hero phase, just showing with our damage dice, kind of showing around just the damage from just even a scream. Every unit around Kragnos has some damage on them. 8 damage on Radukar, 3 on Bella, like another 5 on the Vampire Lord. Like, that scream can do a lot of damage. So what is your battle tactic going to be this turn?
We're going to just try and kill a Warlord for the fun of it.
Yep,
It's probably going to be the last turn, but I want to try and get some glory before I go down.
Absolutely, going out with a bang. What is your Shaman going to do?
So he's going to cast Arcane Bolt.
Arcane Bolt. Gets it. Vampire Lord's nearby. Goes off.
So just so people are aware, I can't actually give potion because they're within 3 inches. So
Yeah, so you can't buff those Bolt Boys, unfortunately.
Yep.
And then your hero action.
Let's do Finest Hour on the Shaman because he's going to do some scrapping.
You got it. All right, and there is no movement phase because everything is stuck right in.
Yeah.
So you can go right into shooting. And
7.
these Bolt Boys are going to unload into the Dire Wolves,
6.
who have Mystic Shield, but he's always going to be looking for those mortals anyways.
Yeah.
So looking for 6s.
We got 6 mortal wounds. Hitting on 4s.
And then 2 more.
2
Minus 1. So these guys are the ones with Mystic Shield, so back to 5s. So stop 1. So 4 through for 8 damage. 8. So we got the Vampire Lord and the Gravesite right there, so we're definitely getting our ward save. But it doesn't matter, because we get 0, so that is 4 dead Dire Wolves here. We'll just take from the end, because we're down to 5, so we can be in single coherency again. Alright, and then going into combat, you get your monstrous action with Kragnos.
Let's roar you.
Yep, roar on a 3+. Gets the roar. I will roar as well. Gets it. So no command abilities from the Vampire Lord or Kragnos. And I'm guessing Kragnos with everything into the Vampire Lord. Yep, and since that kind of sucks, I can't all-out defense. This is gonna hurt.
Dread Mace.
4 attacks, 3 hits, wounding on 2.
I think I have more attacks in this actually.
Oh yeah, it should be 6 total.
Yes, 2 more.
My mistake.
Those are the 2 that I forgot. And so 4 wounds. Minus 3. So I'm going to a 6-up save here. And man, we got to stop at least one of these, I think. So we stop 1, and then we're going to take 12. So again, I think I actually now, since you roared,
You might need to get.
I have to make a
some
couple
6s.
ward saves here. Alright, so look at those 6s. I got 2 of them, so I'm going to take 10 damage. I think that's still just enough to kill me.
He's got 4 on him right now.
Yeah, so he's got 14 total. That will be the end of the Vampire Lord.
Got our glory at least.
Yep, and then so that's the... You put everything.
I put everything. Yeah, I wanted to make
yeah,
sure.
For sure. Alright, so then we can go over this way with the Vampire Lord, and he's going to pile in and swing at some of these Bolt Boys. So hitting on 3s, might as well give him the all-out.
Yeah.
So 4, I kind of said that halfway through the roll. My
No,
apologies.
yeah, no worries.
He's definitely out of range, so I'm wounding on 3s. So 2 at -1.
Straight through?
Straight through. So
That's
6
a good roll.
damage. Yep, that'll kill 3 of those Boltboys.
Alright.
And then Boltboys are going to go into...
Try and we'll just try and kill the Vampire Lord for the meme.
the memes.
We need all 6s.
Yeah, they're all piling.
Yeah,
Go like here.
so maybe I'll have one out, but I guess
They can still be in there. Yep. Let's look for 6s. Gets 1 and then 3 hits.
no, they hit on 5s. Yeah.
Oof. So 1, 6 up, and he's
Oh, salt the wound.
yeah. All right. So let's see if Radukar has the honors of bringing down Kragnos. He will all-out attack. All-out attack. Yeah. So hitting on 2s. Looking for some 6s. No 6s. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, -1.
Blocks.
Blocks him. Is it -1 or is it -2?
I think it's -1.
Yeah.
Yeah, -1.
Yep. And then so I just wished it was -2. And then his Vyrkos Bloodborne. So hitting on 2s with the all out. Get 1 back extra from the 6 because we still have the effects from our turn. And then wounding on 3s. Ooh, lost half. So 3 at -1.
There we go.
And there's the 1. So he's got 1. So D3. Oh, 1 damage. 6 up.
Oh!
And Kragnos falls.
And with that, I think we're safe to call it.
Yeah, they still have just even the Wolves kind of attack here. Can help finish off some Boltboys. And Jesse will be down to his last couple Boltboys and Shaman. And he's kind of falling behind on some points here. And that is going to be it today for the Kruelboyz and the Soulblight. Really, really good game. Again, just I think with Jesse's list here, he just didn't have enough screens to kind of help protect his Boltboys on the 2 fronts. So my Vampire Lord being able to get in and deal with one of those Boltboys turn 1 is just a huge blow and just really put Jesse on the back foot. But yeah, I don't know. What do you feel about the list?
Yeah, so I think going forward, I might actually take out a unit of 9 Boltboys and just stick with 1. And I might actually go up to a 2-drop army and then take maybe a kill boss on the Vulture just to have something to move up with Kragnos. The biggest thing I don't like about this list is I'm wasting a lot of Kruleboy resources. I don't really have anything that can use the Kruleboyz Wa. I don't have anything that gets a mount trait. I don't have anything that can take super sneaky. So I think I'm just losing too many tricks to make it as efficient as it could be. So I'm going to be either trying to put in like a Sludge Striker or maybe even, like I said, the kill boss on Vulture.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like losing out on like super sneaky and the effects and the like relics and command traits that you can only take on like killer bosses are really awesome. But yeah, so Jesse, maybe we'll change around the list and hopefully we'll see the Kruelboyz out again soon in a new fashion, hopefully with a new shiny Vulture to lead them. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about the battle report today. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Everything Gaming Grotz. And then be sure to always check out Thunder Games and Gifts, online shop that specializes in selling used GW models. So if you're ever looking for something used or even beat up that you're looking to rebuild, repaint, or just to get something cheaper to add to your armies, hit those guys up. They're really awesome. They will absolutely take care of you. But hope